think it was actually the server I was on. Unless it starts back up again, but I reset everything, came back, and it was still having issues, but I changed the server and that seems to have fixed it. Hopefully. Sure everything's back up and running. Nope, so much for that. It is still dropping frames. Oh well. One way or another, we're gonna finish this. I'm not gonna add another day just because I'm not losing a lot, but I'd rather it be smooth.
Oh my!
Bish bash bosh!
I take it back, it actually is dropping quite a bit.
Look!
Why does it have to wait till we get to the ending to start having issues?
You have done well to make it so far.
That's enough, Doloran!
This ceremony ends here and now.
Does it indeed? You mean that you do not share my vision, Roland? A vision of a better world? A pity. I had hoped that you, of all people, would understand.
Roland!
What did you do to me?
Alright. Thanks for stopping by, Namalala.
Me? Why, nothing at all. You have the Horned One to thank for this. It means to protect you, for if harm comes to either one of us, it comes to the other also.
You mean... you and Roland are... you are...
Yes, Leander. You see it now. See what others must be shown.
You know, if it wasn't for the second O, Doloran and Roland would be perfect anagrams of each other. Probably should have been Ronaldo.
Doloran! I'm...
Do you see? We are connected. We are the same. Defeat me, and you defeat yourself.
He is correct, I am afraid. There are those in your world whose souls are inextricably linked with the souls of those in this one.
Now, if you played the first game, that makes perfect sense. That was actually a big plot point of it. But if you just came in on this one, that kind of seems like an ass pull.
The more power he has gained, the stronger his effect on you has become. This proves the connection.
this? What does it mean?
It means you face a dilemma, boy. You have no choice but to join me, Roland. You know it deep in your heart.
Oh, I have a choice, all right. I always have a choice. I'm a president, a king. And from the day I took my throne, I knew that if it came to it, if it would help my people, I would gladly give my life.
No! What?
Besides, if I can't kill you, you can't kill me either, right? If I die, you die.
Very true. Which is why, if you will not join me, I must banish you instead to a dimension where you will no longer be a danger to either of us.
Of course. I think I see now why I was brought here.
Please, enlighten us.
Your country, Allegoria, it was destroyed. And my country was destroyed too. You and I are the same. Two kings, with no kingdoms left to rule. So we were given a chance. One last chance to save our homes. But don't you see? The kingdom the Horned One has given you, it's not really the place you once ruled. I'm going to make you see. I'm going to defeat the Horned One and remind you who you really are.
Who I really am. You think you know me? You know nothing!
Jon Snow.
Enlighten me.
You will delay my plans no longer. I will prevail.
Ruler of a Revenant realm, so that means that's twice in a row that they have put a massive spoiler for, like, the final boss in the title of the game. Obviously, you don't know the context of it, so not that much of a spoiler because of that, but when you finally get to the end, you realize that it's a huge spoiler. It was a little more blatantly obvious in the first game, because they make it seem like you're going after the, it's like a dark wizard or something the entire time, and then you finally beat him, and it acts like the game is over, but there's more, obviously, because it's the Wrath of the White Witch. You haven't beat her yet. Still, my powers are not sufficient. Seems I underestimated you.
Forward! What in the... Is it over?
Whoa!
Transmission from Zip. Sounds like the souls are returning. We did it. Only just, perhaps, but we did it.
Tidy!
Mission accomplished. Not bad, you lot. Not bad at all. Not over yet. We need to do something about the Horned One. Till it's gone for good, nobody's safe. Let's do it.
You're finished, Dalaran. Your plan has failed.
He'll never rule the world. Never!
Rule the world? You have read too many fairy tales, boy. The world was never my prize.
What?
It was a beautiful place, my home. A realm of peace and prosperity. I was the king of Allegoria. A young man handed the crown too soon. None loved my realm more than I, but I was conceited, arrogant. Our kingmaker was a being known as Alessandra. In strengthening our bond, I committed the greatest of all sins. I fell in love. And love between king and kingmaker is an offense against the will of the gods. As punishment, she was cursed to spend the rest of her days in the guise of the Horned One and cast along with Allegoria into another dimension. And so, I vowed to bring her back. She and my beloved kingdom. I set out to acquire all the king's bonds of our world, that I might use their combined power to reawaken Alessandra.
How did you know that was even possible?
The guise of the Horned One, you said. I take it the creature we see is but an outer shell within which Alessandra lies trapped. If so, the strength of the King's bonds might serve to reach that which lies dormant deep within, to reconnect King and Kingmaker, and free her of her prison.
It is as you say. If Alessandra can be revived, Allegoria may yet rise from the ashes. And I shall have regained my beloved and my kingdom both. Now you know what it is I seek. Roland, If my realm were to be restored, yours too might return. You would be reunited with your family, with your son. Surely you would join me if such an outcome were your reward.
He can't! He won't! Not that way! Just because you would do anything to bring a loved one back, it doesn't mean you should.
What is happening to me?
That horrible black stuff comes from the Horned One, you know. Dollar and Buyer's just been channeling it like. But it looks like it's finally getting the better of him. That Dory was infected by it from the start.
I will restore them. I must. Alessandra! Allegoria! Both shall live again!
You'd really do that? You'd destroy whole countries, steal countless souls, just to get what you want? You think that's love? Then you don't deserve to love. And you sure as hell don't deserve to be a king.
You would defy me. You are me. We want the same thing. You wish to be reunited with those you love, just as I do.
No, it's not that simple.
My crimes will be more than outweighed by the revival of Allegoria, by the return of all that has been lost. Rise, beloved kingdom! Live again! Alessandra, my love, you are free at last! What is the meaning of this? You are not my Alissa! But if she is truly lost, what will become of Allegoria? What will become of me?
I do not understand. So that wasn't her.
No.
I sense the same darkness as before. I fear it was merely the Horned One unleashed. Which begs the question, where is Alessandra? Never mind that Yaddle-brain swabs you. What about that tear in the very scars themselves, damn it all? You see how the edges were crumbling? If we can't close it up somehow, the whole world could be sucked inside. We need to close it. We need to beat that thing. Think you can fly us up there, Lofty? What you saying, man? Of course I flippin' can. Come on, Evan, let's get up there and give old horny boy a piece of our minds. Suppose we did go to all the trouble of restoring Mornstar. It would be a shame not to use it. Mornstar. Very sword over which Alessandra and I swore our pact so long ago. Which might explain why it's the only thing that can penetrate the Horned One's defenses. Alright, everyone, come on. It's time to defeat the Horned One and return peace to our world. Want to stand a chance of beating the Horned One, you'll need to use Molestar, you know, the Sword of Unity. Don't go rushing in like a pranny with some other weapon, whatever you do. But you knew that already, isn't it? Right, you ready to do this?
Boosh! Get in!
There you are. Let's get to show this on the road then. Horned One won't know what hit him. I've been letting it do semi-auto switching this whole time. I don't think I remember what button it was that actually does the weapon switching.
Everybody all right?
I think so. Where are we?
Leave this to me!
There's some ancient magics wafted around the Yes, but come over by here when I get a chance, everybody. I've got a bit of lovely magic to let you. Brace yourself. I reckon things are about to get hairy.
I'm counting on you. need your help. Say goodnight.
How come I didn't have that move throughout the fight?
Alessandra, is it really you?
It is, my love. But you did not free me from within the Horned One.
Hmm?
The Horned One was not born of the wrath of the gods as you had thought. I wanted to be with you. I wanted it so much that I gave up the power of the Kingmaker.
What?
Once freed, that vast, insatiable power gave rise to a monster. The Horned One.
No.
Do you know how Kingmakers are born? They are born when a soul is sacrificed in order that a great power may be tamed. In unbinding my soul, I unleashed that power. By abandoning it, I committed an unforgivable crime. A crime for which I was punished.
So you have not returned to me?
Forgive me, my love. I am that which sealed away the Horned One's power. Only through my sacrifice could the power which poured forth from him be contained.
Then, by unleashing him, I have undone what good you wrought.
No, my love. For a great evil has left the world. The Horned One is defeated. And so, my role in containing him has come to an end. My soul can be at peace, at long, long last.
So what power is Lofty containing?
Thank you for never ceasing to love me. We will meet again, dear heart. Not in this world, but somewhere, someday. Goodbye, my love, my Doloran. Goodbye.
Alyssa, no. Not yet. Alyssa!
Doloran.
Alessandra is no more. Allegoria will not rise again. All that I have loved is lost. Roland, tell me, what great wrong did I do to deserve this? Was it in surrendering to love that I erred? Or in accepting a crown of which I was not worthy?
You did no wrong.
Except, all the wrongs of corrupting people and taking over kingdoms so that you can steal their king's bonds, all that stuff that happened later.
You just did what you could to keep your love for Alessandra alive and save your kingdom. That's life. People do what they can, try to live as best they can. And then the tide of history comes and sweeps them all away. My country was swept away too. I tried to stop it. Tried to prevent the war that would end it all. But you can't hold back the tide. And so it rolled in.
I have an idea. Why don't we make a new Allegoria?
A what?
Huh?
If it can't be brought back, I mean, we can build a new one instead.
A new one?
We did it. We built a new kingdom from nothing. A kingdom where everyone could live happily ever after. It was small at first, but it grew and grew, and thanks to its wonderful people, it eventually became a great nation. You can do the same, Doloran.
You truly think this possible?
Maybe that's why I was brought here. The country Evan and I built together, it changed things for you, Doloran. For this whole world. No one needs to be a slave to the past anymore. Now we can look to the future.
Evan Petty-Whiskered Tildrum. You are yet young, but you are a great king indeed.
You really think so?
I will start afresh. I will build a new kingdom. For the sake of my departed subjects. For the sake of my beloved.
Hear, hear!
Yep, let's just forget about all those war crimes you committed against the other 4 countries.
Evan?
We come before you today to make a solemn oath in the presence of all our peoples.
United we stand as one single land.
Well now.
So it's time, huh?
Hey!
There you are, Roland. Are you...
Hey.
Here, I was hoping you wouldn't have to see this. It's like this is goodbye. I guess it's about time I was heading back home. You're not going to stay here with me. Doesn't look that way. I can feel it. It's pulling me back. But your world is... Yeah, before I came here, I watched it be destroyed. I may be returning to nothing but death and despair. Know that. Whatever's waiting for me, I'll be able to face it. I built this kingdom with you. If I can do that, I can do anything. You taught me a lot, Evan Petty-Whiskered Tildrum. I won't forget. Not ever. Roland.
Well, Evan, see you around.
Goodbye, Roland.
So does that mean we're a party member short for the post-game stuff? Or does it just, like the clear save, just return you to right before the final boss to do everything?
Evan? Who are you?
I think you know.
You're King Ferdinand, aren't you? You've been helping me all along.
Yes and no. I am Ferdinand. But it's really you who's been helping me.
What?
Everything I've told you, you told me first.
I don't understand.
This is going to sound strange, but I can send my mind through time. It's a gift I've had since I was born. And using it to visit you seemed like the obvious thing to do. I mean, who wouldn't want to find out what his famous father was like as a child?
Father?
Yes, you are my father, and I am your son.
What?
I promised that I would live up to your legendary achievements, but before I could do that, I had to see them for myself. The things I said to you, those words of wisdom, they were all yours.
But Ferdinand lived long ago. He...
I'm afraid that was just Bodley's little joke. She's no historian, you see. She's a seer. She didn't tell you what had happened. She told you what was going to happen. About how I would become the first king to unite the whole world.
So you did? I mean, you will?
Yes, you started it all by uniting the 5 great realms. But there were plenty of others. Smaller perhaps, but realms just the same. Each with its own particular problems. Poverty, war, and any number of other things. None of them easy to solve. But solve them you did. One by one by one.
And you?
Yes, I carried on what you started. And in the end, I finished it.
And so the grand unification was completed.
I come before you, a true king at last. I, Ferdinand, have brought together the peoples of every nation under the heavens. The great work my beloved father began is finally complete, and the world stands united under a single banner. I hereby swear, in the name of King Evan, to safeguard this hard-won peace, for as long as I shall live.
And with that, my promise to Nella was fulfilled at long, long last.
I mean, as naive an idea as it is to try to get every country under one banner to be peaceful, I do like the fact that they added a little bit of realism to it and that it wouldn't be able to be done in one generation. I still think two generations is probably still a bit naive to think that something like that could happen. Probably be several. But that was an interesting little reveal as to who the kid he had been talking to at the end of the every chapter was. I still think Roland's name should have been Rolando if they were going to do the Dalaran reveal. Just so that they could have the names be anagrams of each other. Because otherwise Dalaran has one more O than Roland. Either have Roland be Rolando or have Dalaran be Dalran. But it was good. I enjoyed the game. Even though there's still a ton of optional other stuff to do, which, yeah, I just felt the need to get it through and done with already. Like I said, I'll probably pick it up at some point and do some more of the side post-game content. The only ones I'm not sure about is that labyrinth that you need to be level 120 to get into. Because I have no idea where you effectively grind to get up that high. And I still think some of these character designs were a bit questionable. Obviously, Lofty being an abstract Lisa Simpson and Dalaran being Serpentor from G.I. Joe. I'm sure there's probably more that look very similar to other works that I'm just not noticing, but those two really stood out to me. Yeah, basically just waiting to see if there's an after credit scene. Then tomorrow we'll be starting Tales of Arise. I had been debating back and forth whether or not to do Tales of Arise or to start the Mary Skelter games, but I decided to look up how long the Mary Skelter games are, and they're actually a lot longer than I remember them being. Or at least, the first one took me longer than what the average was on how long to beat, and then the average for the second, and the second is even longer, and there's no listing for the third one yet. So I figured I'd rather take those up when I'm fully ready to commit to 2 really long games. So yeah, we'll be doing Tales of Arise tomorrow. And then basically once I start stream tomorrow, the redemption for what to play after Tales of Arise will be up.
We'll be arriving at the World Unification Summit shortly, Mr. President. Thanks. You seem happy. Not really. We still have a mountain to climb. I can't imagine convincing all the nations of the world to sign up to this will be easy. It's never been done before, I guess, but if you could pull it off, wow. Oh, it's been done all right. Really? Sure. In a little country a long, long way from here.
So, did he go... When he went back to his world, did he go back to before? Because this was a scene where he got nuked. Like, it was when he was going... Make a complete... You'll start again after fighting Donald. Okay, yeah, that's how they keep rolling in the party. It starts from right before you go up against the Kingmaker, so he doesn't go back. Yeah, he got younger when he died and went to this world. And in the ending, when he went back, he must have actually went back earlier in time to the point to where he could start those peace talks. Because that scene at the start of the game, he's going down that bridge, and that city gets nuked, and he dies, and that's how he ends up in this world. So he obviously went back a bit in time when he returned and got those peace talks going to prevent it from happening. Yeah, that's at least the main story of Ni no Kuni 2. Like I said, this will go on the shelf for a bit. I may come back on like a Monday morning stream, like on the Indian replay days, and just do some of the post game content. Like I said, I can probably do the level 60 stuff, and a bunch of the other stuff, like work on the kingdom some more. The only thing I'm not too sure about is that level 120 DLC. I don't know that I want to put in that much grind time to do it, but we'll probably come back and do at least some of it at some point. It's Ghibli. I don't think this was actually Ghibli having involvement in this. It was just, they were still just doing the style they had since it's continuation of the first one. But it's Ghibli style, so it's, kind of kiddie and lighthearted. So, the naivete of being able to unite every country in the world peacefully and kind of be forgiven for that. Even if it did take 2 generations in the end, which I still say if something like that were to happen, it would probably take way longer than that. I mean, we've had all throughout history people trying to conquer the entire world and never quite making it. And that's even when they didn't even know how big the world was. They were basically just trying to conquer their own continent, not knowing that there was more. But yeah, that's Ni no Kuni 2. And we will be starting Tales of Arise tomorrow. So we'll have 3 days of that this week. And then obviously we finished the Getting the Best Ending for Fuga on Monday morning. So next stream of that we're going to be doing Liar Princess and the Blind Prince, mostly because that's more so because I'm looking forward to the next game that's coming out from those guys, so I kind of want to see their style in the first one that they did. The one I'm really looking forward to is The Cruel King and the Great Hero. That's supposed to come out in early 22. But, yeah. Go ahead and exit out of this. Start giving callouts as to who's here and end for today. Surprisingly, we actually managed to finish right on time, just about. I wish I could have planned that. That would have been impressive. But just kind of happened. And damn it, I keep having all these days where the connection craps out on me midway through stream and I have to reset, and then I lose my chat history for who was here. See if I can try to remember. Ragna, Namulala, Irby, Steampunk was here earlier. Timo. Blanking on who else. Yeah, thank you all for coming in and chatting with me while I play. Thank you, Timo, for the resubscribe. And thank you to anybody else who may have been lurking and watching. We'll start Tales of Arise tomorrow. Same time, 2 a.m. Central Time. Check the schedule below for what time that is in your area. As for right now, look for someone to raid. Let's go ahead and jump in on Razzie. Looks like he's playing Castlevania Circle of the Moon. I do intend to play. I bought the Castlevania Advance Collection on Steam when it came out. So I do intend to go through all of those. I was going to go through them anyway, just through emulation, but seeing as how they decided to re-release them, I picked them up and I'll go through them that way. But yeah, so I'll probably be ducking out of there so that I don't get too spoiled on it. But as per usual, let's go ahead and jump in, say hi, hope to see you all next time, and until then.
Bye-bye, everybody!